Hi there, everyone. I had a couple people asking about how I set up my Twitch audio so that it doesn't get recorded as part of my Twitch Vods when I have any music, but it still will record my gameplay audio. That way, people who are watching the stream live, they get to listen to some music, jam out a little bit. But then, when I go to do highlights and save the Twitch Vods themselves, those won't actually have the Spotify audio or whatever audio I don't want to include in those. So I figured I'd give a small tutorial, and it's all due to this program here. So there's a couple things that you need to install in order for this to work. So the first is a virtual audio cable. So I'm using this one here. And I'll put these links inside the description as well. And then the next one is the Voicemeeter Banana. And using both of these, you're able to actually send your audio output to different sources, and then that way it doesn't get recorded in Twitch. So the way that ends up getting set up is once you have them installed, you're going to have a bunch more inputs and outputs. So for in here, I've got it set up so that my input is my default output is the Voicemeeter input. It's backwards, but it is what it is in terms of what you would actually think it should be, but that's what you're supposed to set it to. And then this one you can set to the Voicemeeter output, or you can set it to be your microphone. I've had better luck using just my microphone in general, and not having my microphone go through the Voicemeeter Banana. But if you want to set it up that way, you can. So even though this is my default, I've got it set up so like in Discord, it's still using just the microphone, and same thing in my stream. So, but once you have those set up like that, if you scroll down to here where it says app volume and device preferences, now that your default output is the Voicemeeter input, you're able to actually specify things to go to the aux input rather than the normal input. So right now I don't have Spotify open, so let me open that up. And I don't know if that'll update on its own or if I need to reopen it. Maybe I need to actually play audio. There we go. Okay. So for the Voicemeeter, for the Spotify music, I've got it going to Voicemeeter aux input, and then that way I can send it to a separate channel and separate it within Streamlabs. Whereas everything else instead is going to the Voicemeeter input. And so now if I go back to Voicemeeter Banana, you can see in the virtual inputs here, those two channels. So everything other than my Spotify is being sent to this, and then my Spotify is being sent to this aux input. On the right here, you can set up 3 different outputs. So I have A1, which you can see is like defined down here. A1 is set up to be my my speakers, and then A2 is set up to be my headphones, and then the virtual audio cable that you installed, I set up to be A3. So you want to do the WDMs when you're selecting those for the virtual one, and then MMEs for the non-virtual ones is what I ended up having to do. You might need to finagle around with those a little bit. I remember having a little bit of difficulty picking the correct one, but it just won't work without the right one. It'll be very clear, like something's wrong. So once you have those set up though, I can now turn on my speakers by doing this, turn off my speakers by doing this and put them back through to my headphones. And then if I don't want them going through my headphones, I'm able to do this and go back to my speakers. But the important thing is I have the Voicemeeter aux only being sent to my A3. That way, if I go back into my into Streamlabs, so apologies for the looping the looping input here, but under the sources, you can add a new audio source. So I already added one, but I've got that audio source set up as the aux input that's coming from Banana, and then the desktop audio. Instead of using my default or anything like that, I've specified for it to use the input. So everything going to the input channel is going through my desktop audio channel. And then for Spotify, for the aux input, I have that one coming from the aux input from here as well. That way I'm able to actually separate them. And then so under global settings, you can set a streaming track. So everything going to track 1 is going to be sent to my stream. And then anything going to track 2 is going to be sent to the VOD. So if I go back here, you'll see that I don't have Spotify being sent to my recording track for the Twitch VODs. I also don't have it recording for when I actually go to record anything in Streamlabs. So when you set it up like this, you're able to completely separate those audio channels. It's also really convenient because I sometimes like listening to the music quieter than my stream will. So I'm able to actually turn my audio down, and then in here I can turn up Spotify if I want to, which is kind of convenient as well. So you get a little bit more control over how you mix audio for both your own ears and also for your viewers. But yeah, so it might take a little bit of finagling to get it working, but that's how I ended up setting it up. So once again, these two softwares here are what you need. And yeah, I'll put those links in the description, and I hope this video helped out.